Again, as I listen, I love what you're saying, and I can also hear. Someone came after me at one point in my career for using the term psychology in my company name because I
Yeah.
did because I bailed on my doctoral program because I realized I didn't need it. And you can
Hmm.
use the word psychology or psychologist unless you are licensed. So I
Hmm.
company was called Dorris Performance Psychology, and people came after me because of that. Came after me. So I can imagine you must hear from time to time, and I can also imagine you can't give a half a damn about it. About like you just said, you don't need a background in psychology, you don't need a degree, and I can train you in 6 months.
Yeah,
Go
6 months.
heal people.
I mean, yes, we do get people. There's certainly been some really venomous responses. Someone actually wrote to me, said the words rapid and therapy should never be in the same sentence. But I said, but who told you that? And why do you believe that's true? But it doesn't bother me enough because every day I see the great work my students are doing. I see the great work I'm doing. I see the fact that we've got this in schools and
Yeah,
hospitals. We've got many, many doctors and psychiatrists who really believe in us and support us and have
beautiful.
forwards to all my books. So there's always going to be some people who doubt it because they don't understand or because they're just caught in that old
Sure.
thing of saying to someone, how do you feel every week? And that I don't really mind. I mean, there are some people who are rather vicious, but who wakes up in the morning and says, you know what, my life is so great. Let me open my computer and diminish somebody. I have most people are happy, are too busy doing good work to worry about that. And also, I remember the guy who discovered sepsis. He was thrown under the bus by his colleagues. And the first guy who wrote Sugar Blues was also thrown under the bus. First they hate you, then
Mm.
they join you, then they like you. And we've won a lot of awards. But the best thing is all those children. I got into bed one day and I thought, how many kids is there in 1,600 schools? I couldn't possibly work it out, but it made me feel really good. And you don't need a degree to help children feel good about themselves. And also, if you go to the doctor and say, hey, I've got irritable bowel, they're trained to look for the medical reason. And we know that 70% of people turning up at the doctors have real problems caused by not diseased organs, by diseased thinking. And we're the best when the doctors aren't trained to look at disease thinking, but people like me are.
Mm.
So if you go to them and say, I've been trying to have a baby for 10 years, nothing's happening, they might send you for IVF, but we go back and have a look at what is your belief about having a baby? Oh, it ruins your life and you get postnatal depression. And of course, the mind is always listening to your thoughts. But most doctors who are good people haven't got the time for that, but they're not trained. They're trained to look for the medical reason you have. It's like depression. Every doctor will tell you with their hand on their heart, you cannot look in someone's head and go, oh, you're lacking something. You haven't got enough serotonin. You've got this chemical imbalance. There is no way to test for chemical imbalance in the brain ever.
Mm.
And that was invented by drug companies who wanted you to take lots of medication. And it's such a shame that we bought into that. I've got the depression gene or the alcoholic gene,
Mm.
obesity gene. Well, we don't even know if those genes exist, but we're telling people they have them without any research to say whether that's true or not.